So what else is new besides Skype?
Hey, there's my drink. There it is.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, bartender, pass the. Oh, this is somebody's house, I think. Is this a bar? I can't really tell. And maybe it's like a
Coffee shop?
cat. Maybe it's a coffee shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coffee shop. Yeah.
Hey, Steve should use this.
Yeah. Really.
Mm.
Somebody had written on a blog about the Linus Tech Tips challenge. You know.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, yeah, and they said if all you're doing is criticizing the new or something to the effect, if all you're doing is criticizing the newbie who's trying to install Gamey Linux for the first time, then maybe you're the problem or something. I'm like, it's just a perspective. That's all I said last night. You know.
You know, he didn't read the message that the computer gave to him. Matter of fact, DT made an outer space. I think it's something from a show a long time ago. Space Odyssey,
2001.
2001. Did you?
Oh, you mean the
Yeah.
option to delete the operating system or whatever?
Yeah, but
Remember that
DT
one?
made a real funny parody, like
No, I
type
saw it.
space
I saw it.
movie.
But then
It was good.
It was, but then another blogger wrote, "Why is that option there in the first place? There shouldn't be an option to delete your system." And he's
It
right.
was a bug that was in Pop
It
OS.
was a bug, right?
It was a bug
Yeah.
that was in it.
And it was a bug in KDE Plasma too, evidently.
Well, it's a bug in the sense, I guess, that they would never have thought somebody would try to do this.
Oh, you mean like a newbie? No.
I don't know.
Come on.
I mean, you can pick your blame with this one. It's kind of,
It's like my
It's
son
e-
would say. It's
FFS.
true. FFS. You're right. Yeah. I have to blurt that one out. But
However, I worked with a whole office building of 500 employees, and only a third of them really know how to use Windows. They went to work every day. They turned on their computer. They went to the programs that they used every day, and if they had anything wrong with their Windows or needed adjustments, they called an IT guy up. You know,
Yes.
the newbie factor works the same way with Windows. These people don't use Windows at home. They use tablets, phones, and other devices.
Yes,
Chromebooks.
I'm sure all 1.3 billion Windows are you. No, I'm still. Did you have problem with Linux? The poor baby. No, I don't know. But
You know, you can stand in the middle of New York City and look at all the buildings, and you can just go there. Half of them computers are sitting there in all them buildings.
and they're all using Debian. No, I don't know.
No, they're all using Windows.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's
Oh,
part of
they're
their
off.
work job. Their
And
boss
it-
says they have to use
And
it.
it's a standard. It's a global standard, and it works. You know, it works for all the
Yeah,
issues
but-
Windows 10 has had. Windows 11 so far has been superb, but
But you know, he then I watched his series on that. But he brings up a good point. You get a user that's a Windows gamer, wants to try gaming on Linux because he hears it's the greatest thing. But it proves right there, a normal person, normal gamer even cannot get Linux to work the way they want
I
it to
mean-
because it don't support their hardware
well,
or it don't support the games.
yeah. Putting the all jokes aside, when I see LTT Linus Tech Tips, I see myself like 15 years ago. Meaning, what did I do? Well, I went on the web, and it says, hey, if you're tired of Windows XP, try Ubuntu. My first thought, what the frack is Ubuntu? You know, like anybody else. So I downloaded it, got it to run. It wasn't ready for prime time back then. But the difference with me was I didn't really download it to game, and I was patient. I saw the potential for Linux. Now, it wouldn't be till maybe, 4 years later with the release of Linux Mint and the Zorns that made it easier for Windows, where I saw the true potential for Windows users, But I didn't say right away, man, this sucks for beginners, which is probably true back in '08 and '06. However, I saw the potential. I gave it a chance, and it worked out for me. But what I see in Linus, I see myself, or maybe you guys, with Linux 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
5 years for
Sure,
me.
you
Yeah.
gotta look.
Yeah.
They sell Pop OS. It comes with their System 76 laptops,
Yeah.
and there's a few of them out there now. Can you imagine these people with these laptops that actually tried to update or do something, and this bug pops up?
Yeah, I think I think maybe as experienced users, it might be easier to take a look at a video like Linus and laugh and say, come on, man. But then it's like, well, time out. Where was I 10, 15 years ago? Damn, this guy is going through what I went through. I can't blame him. And the reason why I can't blame him is we don't have a foundation, meaning that we don't have a standard, a global Linux standard. Okay, if we did, let's say we had, I'm going to call it the Constellation Linux Desktop. Why? Because it sounds great. The Constellation Linux. And we'll base it on Arch Linux. Why not? Let's say you walk into a Walmart and there it is. A gaming Linux PC for $1,000. Because with the guarantee it works. Great. And now we have a global standard. But let's say Linus chose not to buy that. He decided to go on his own. Well, then I would have to completely blame him. Because you had the choice to take the easy route, but no. But because we don't have that option, can I blame him? It was funny.
We all know how fast it is to install a Linux distro. Compared to a Windows distro, you got to go through all their rigmarole and answer 100 questions.
I got the impression, maybe I'm reading too much, but I think with LTT, I think I was reading between the lines where he was trying to be fair and very diplomatic, but I think once the camera went off, I bet he turned to his wife and said, "Frack this." Just a guess. It's just a guess. That's what I would say.
He's got 4 or 5 other employees that use Linux on a regular basis, and there's servers on BSD.
Yeah. No,
I think that they really wanted to take it seriously because of the Steam Deck. They really wanted to give it a go and see how well it was going to work. Yeah. But you've got to look at it from a perspective of, like, this is a guy who's used Windows for the best part of 20 years or more, right? Yeah. I don't know exactly how old he is.
He used to sell computers, I think, didn't he, one time?
Yeah, and so...
NCIX.
It takes time for somebody to adjust. I reckon a minimum of 12 months. If you were a lifelong Windows or Mac user, from installing your first Linux system to then adjusting and really feeling comfortable with it, I reckon it takes about 12 months. That's my own personal experience.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, I would say so.
To then feel
I would say the same thing for a brand new Windows user too.
Yeah.
No,
I think it's much easier.
No.
Windows.
Oh no, I've seen brand new Windows users
I can't see it taking a whole year.
Process.
Not a whole year. No, I can't. No.
Because all it takes is for you to download the wrong stuff. You go to these websites and they got exe files for free and stuff like that. And you download this crud, it pollutes your system.
I know. But in terms of the core system, the bugs are just not going to be there.
My experience with Windows in the past is the first thing that corrupts in your machine is the registry. And
I'll tell you what the interesting question might be is, should it take 12 months for someone to adjust? Like, for example, if I gave you a Chromebook and you had never used a Chromebook before, does it take you 12 months to adjust to that?
That's probably going to be the easiest because it's lightweight. It's the lightest of everything.
Or if I gave you a Mac, I don't know how many of you have used a Mac.
I have.
But it certainly doesn't take 12 months to adjust to that.
I think a little longer than a Chromebook, but not 12 months.
My daughter uses Mac all the time. And then Windows for school.
Yeah.
So part of the problem is there's so much choice, but that's also part of the big advantage of Linux as well, is you can actually choose whatever you want to use.
Right, I totally
agree.
So
it's a two-edged sword.
Yeah. And I think having a global standard, to me, adds to the choice. I think there's been a lot of insulting here of Linus Torvalds, personally, when you say we don't want choices. He invented Linux for everyone, right? Well, the father of modern-day Linux, right? Linus Torvalds,
right.
And even he was disappointed in an interview 2 years ago about the fragmentation after 20-some years. We don't have a standard. It's all fragmented, but he liked Chromebooks.
There's a standard, but it's for the companies that have the money, like Fedora, which is Red Hat. Canonical has their business version of a Ubuntu.
What you're trying to say, Dan, is that the correct choice is GNOME. Right?
No for the win.
No.
I think everybody's forgetting.
We get the test stuff. Okay, it trickles down to us. We test it, and if something goes wrong with it, it goes back upstream. If we choose to bug report it, they fix it. And the corporations benefit from it.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Speaking of, go ahead, go.
I'm all for choice. Don't get me wrong, but you got to stop and say, when is enough? You got, you get a couple developers. You got Duvon or whatever it's called. You got Debian. If somebody gets mad because one little package changes, so they got to fork the same distribution. If it gets forked 5 times.
Yeah, the people that are not connected to corporations and stuff like that are using these corporation distros that are trickled down. Then they're forking them and making their own, and then you get into these problems with that.
Has anybody tried Windows 11 here besides me?
I've had it installed for a long time.
So it's okay.
Yeah, I have no
I
issue with
looked
it.
at it. I didn't use it.
Yeah, so far for
Well-
me, it works. It's great. I mean, I have it on a 10-year-old hard disk drive, and I thought for sure
And
this
that's
thing
cool.
was going to crash
That's
and
cool.
burn
That's good, cool. But you had to do something to the registry to make it work, correct?
to install it.
To install it, yes.
The,
Now, my
Microsoft
daughter has it
published
because
a hack.
they gave
Yeah,
her,
yeah. Mhm.
because she goes again to Loyola Chicago,
Yeah.
and they gave her a Lavono laptop with Windows 11 on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And all I said to her was, if you need me to make sure it's cut clean and this and that, updated the right way,
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Yeah.
no, they take care of it. They take care of it. Well, I don't trust that, to be honest with you. I mean, I could work it, but you know me. Again, I'm not
Yeah.
a gamer whatsoever. Could
Yeah.
care
No,
less.
I know.
And I'm not a content creator like the rest of you are.
I understand.
But my Linux systems
Yeah.
work perfectly fine for me, and I just love
Right.
them.
I think
I
think Dan had too much to drink. He fell off the chair here.
he better not
fell
have.
off the table. He went.
But I'm going to have to go here shortly
Okay. Okay.
in a few minutes.
That's fine.
It's great to see you all. It's great to see you all.
Absolutely.
Ron,
You too. All, yeah.
my brother Vincent, of course Carmine.
Oh, by the way,
Godfather.
Slim Man will be
You're the
back for a
godfather of our
concert.
Linux, brother. You are the godfather.
Respecting the family.
of the
Thank
friendships
you.
that we have.
Yes, thank you.
No,
Respecting
you
them.
are. No,
Thank
you are.
Thank you.
Because if it weren't for you, and this is why I love Linux so much, because if it wasn't for
It's
this,
the people. Yes.
trust me,
Yeah.
Windows and Apple doesn't
Yes.
compare to
I
our
understand.
friendships.
I understand.
And that's why I'm so 100% Linux,
Cool.
for me personally.
Cool. We were talking about Microsoft.
Uh-oh.
There's something about the creativity of Microsoft of Halo player about the game Halo. You know Halo. It's coming out, the new one here in a week or so. Apparently, Halo Infinity players are communicating by teabag dancing.
Oh my God.
I'm just a poor immigrant here, but what does that mean? I didn't look it up. I didn't Google it.
You shoot each other, right? You die. You
Yeah.
hover around your body for a few seconds to see the score, and then the enemy comes by and crouches down on you with his privates.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Teabagging, get it?
Lovely.
It's a family.
Yes.
It's a family show. I'm just trying to be, but no, this is the real thing. Years ago, when I first got the Halo game, my friend says, "Do you teabag?" I'm like, "Why do I need to drink tea to play the game?" I really didn't know what he meant. I'm thinking teabag. Yeah, well, I'm like, but then I saw, oh, you son of a beans, But the players are using that tea dancing to communicate. I guess they don't like Skype. I don't know, but but they are creative.
These kids are taking on a language all on their own.
I don't know if it's
It's
Morse
like
code or
it's like encoded, so us adults don't know what they're doing.
it's T Morse code.
They think we don't know what they're doing.
Right.
Well, look, they're having fun, so
Yeah, just keep it cool. Anyway, my friends, I got to run.
All right, Tim.
Always a
Right,
pleasure.
Tim.
Always a pleasure. Yeah.
Take
Good
care,
to hear
Tim.
from
For
you.
dropping in.
Well, last year during the explosion of Zoom during the lockdowns, one of the CEOs, one of the managers, hosted a Zoom meeting. She turned on one of the Snap filters, Snapchat, and she turned herself into Mr. Potato Head.
that's fun.
Oh man, I actually I installed that Snap filter. One of these days I'll come on. I was trying it one night, and it looked like I was a madam with the red lipstick and the hairdo. I won't do it now. I'll do it next time for fun, but it's just for fun. We'll talk about fragmentation. There's a lot of choices on Amazon, but no, I bought that, and I bought my first 4K. You can't see it to the left. It's my first 4K TV. It's not a smart TV. I don't want to lose any more privacy. But
Right.
it's my first one, and I really wanted to see my dad's film in 4K. It's the first time because I got the original Blu-ray copy of it, and it looks great. And this was less than $300 on Walmart. They're sold out now. But
Yeah.
it's a 50-inch. I took advantage, and it works. I'm happy. That's my toy. I was watching the latest James Bond film, you know, No Time to Colonel. I mean, No Time to Die. And it looks good. You know, it took a while for me to watch it because we lost two
Yeah,
of our
you needed
cinemas.
a new
here.
TV.
Yeah, I had a little one, and you know, we lost two cinemas here during the pandemic. You got nothing. So this is my cinema here in the house, you know.
So, did you shed a tear when 007 took it?
Spoilers if you watch this on YouTube
I
later.
think the entire
Yeah.
world knows now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I had a hint. I had a hint. First of all, when Billie Eilish sang the song, and by the way, she recorded that song as a teenager. Now I think she's 20 or going to be 20. It's crazy, like 2-3 years ago. But if you listen to the lyrics of the song, because this was like last year, I think she released it last year, right? Yeah, it was about a year ago, more than a year ago. When you listen to the lyrics and then the title, it kind of gives it away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, it is a sad ending. I think it's a fitting ending because Daniel Craig literally wanted this to be the last Bond. He wanted to go out with the bang, and boy did he ever. The movie has its moments. Are you guys going to see the film? No.
I probably will when it comes around to something I can see at home.
Okay, because there's one funny little thing he says in the film that I can tell you guys if you want to hear it.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Those of you who watch it, spoiler. Okay. In the movie, Bond has a weapon, the watch. It's a EMP watch, electromagnetic pulse. You know, sends out
Right.
electrical. Yeah, okay. Well, one of the bad guys has a bionic eyeball. You can see where this is going.
Oh,
So he
boy.
kills the guy with the eyeball. Then he calls Control or MI6 or what's the guy's name? M. And Bond
M.
says, "They're starting getting to you late, Q." He's talking to Q, I think. He says, "I was just showing this guy your new watch. It blew his mind." That's got to be the best one-liner in the last 5 years from Daniel Craig. A goat steals papers from a government office. Okay, that's one way to. You don't need a shredder. A goat entered an office in India and was caught on video walking off with a file full of papers from inside. Number one, where's the security when you let a freaking animal walk in the government office, right? I guess so. Loose pig wrangled by animal control. What is it with the animals this holiday? First we got the bear stealing the Amazon packages.
Talk to the animals.
Yeah, this was in New Mexico. Yeah. All right, this is Alberta, Canada, my friend. A deer seen wandering Alberta town with antlers full of Christmas lights. That's funny. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. That's funny. Vincenzo, for you. Australian man breaks Guinness record with world's loudest burp.
Wow.
There's a
I
record
get
for
the
that.
award.
Wait,
Yeah,
there's
I'll
a
get that for
decibel
you.
rating here. The decibel was 112.4. That's loud.
Wow, that's loud.
Wow.
It's up there with yodeling.
God, that's even louder than my farts. My God. Really? Okay, well. Did Vincenzo disappear?
Magento.
Yeah, he
Vinny.
flashed out.
Oh, okay.
He might be back.
Okay, I thought maybe he had also too much to drink and fell over.
His
but-
arch is acting up.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Vincenzo, I thought she had too much to drink and fell over the chair there.
Yeah, I just crawled back from underneath the table.
Okay. Okay. He's hiding his scotch and soda behind you, little weasel. You. Yeah. Okay. I know you,
Oh, that-
Australian.
He's got flask down there.
That's not coffee in that cup there.
Got it. Okay. All right. Yeah. I can smell it from here. Oh my God. What is it though? But okay. Let's see. Here we go. Australia again. Police. A man cited for driving a motorized cooler without a license. He's
That's
got
old
a
news.
cooler, a beer cooler on a scooter. That's old news. But November 22nd isn't that long ago.
We see that every summer.
You Australians know how to party. I'll give you that.